WomanHood shit with Sherlanda Faye. This is episode, I don't know. We just doing the episode is women don't want children. Women don't want to become mothers. And there's just a lot of women that do not want to become mothers, that do not want children. And when I had said this one time before to you, I'm a barber. I'm a licensed barber, and I teach it. Those men be like, women don't want children. Women don't want to be married. What you talking about? No, the mindset that men have, they think every woman wants to be married, and they think every woman wants children. That is not the case. I know a lot of women who don't even want to be married ever because they're enjoying their own life. They got their friend group, they got their travels, or they got their career. They good. They don't want to mess up their life. Then you have some women that, well, they want the companionship of a romantic relationship, but they don't want children because some of them don't even think that they would be a good mom because they're not in the home because they're working or they're whatever they're doing or they just don't want kids. They can be stay at home all day and just don't want kids. A lot of women have figured out a lot of stuff. I'm gonna just put it like that. And they know a lot of stuff. And just because that they are a woman does not mean that they want to be a mother. I'm a mother. But before I got married, that first marriage, when I first went into the military, I did not want to be married. I did not want any kids. Let me take that back. I didn't want any kids because when I was growing up, I was a live-in babysitter, meaning big sister. So I had to watch everybody's children. That make you not want no children. When y'all be doing that to them little girls, that make them not. Now some of them be like, oh, I love that baby. After a while, they be like, because you leave them there with them. They ain't got no outlet. They ain't got nothing to do. They locked. They figure that out early, and they go on. Some people they just they sexual. They want the romantic part of the sexual and with the man, but they don't want the outcome with the baby. But you get caught up. So and then some just figure it out, and then some like, well, if I can't have the correct spouse. Or my husband ain't gonna blah 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 with being in life. I don't want to do it by myself. So we have all these instances of why women don't want children. But as soon as a woman say she don't want no children, people look at her like she crazy. That is not our only purpose. That is not our only purpose. And then when we look at news or we look at TV shows or we look at the other stuff, that the judgment that people have for women that don't want children or that don't want marriage, it is crazy. Like, why? I don't get it. It is not every woman's call to do that. And then we see stories of, like, when you watch certain crime TV shows or whatever, women have been sexually trauma. They don't want nothing to do with that. So they don't want men. And then they say men, they look at women crazy and say, protect yourself, protect yourself. But we are protecting ourselves. But we still be raped and beat. And but that men don't want to agree. They say, oh yeah, you do. Well, but it's some good dude. But that good dude did that to that woman. And they don't want to come to terms with that part. Women are the most vulnerable and the most tormented and the most, yeah, abused. Now let me put black women on there. It's even more. So when women say they don't want marriage or they don't want kids, it's coming from a real place of that stuff. So when are we gonna be celebrated? We have to celebrate ourselves. I celebrate myself all the time. But in the great scheme of things, see, that's what women be talking about. That's why this is right here, womanhood shit. Because I'm not, like I said before, this ain't to bring men down or nothing. But this is womanhood shit, though. This true. That's why I gave you the disclaimer on it on episode 1. This real shit right here. Women got to start protecting women. Women got to start being together with women. Not on no, I want your man. No, no, no. On some real womanhood shit. And see, when you try to speak to the young, when older women try to speak to the young women, oh, you just want my man. You just want. No, we don't. We try and tell you what's up. But see, that's the ignorance of youth. I'm gonna just put it like that. Oh, I heard a black person say this right here. That the ignorant tax. And I'm not saying you stupid. I'm just saying learn better, do better. I done been there. I done paid a lot on ignorant tax. You say what I'm talking about? I know. Women tired. And women ain't gonna put up with a lot of stuff no more. That's why you got women, and I'm learning as I'm getting older. It's a lot of older women, and then some younger women too. They just ain't gonna do it. They just would rather be single. They would rather be single by choice and have a sneaky link or have an arrangement. I think arrangement the big thing, probably the big thing in the world. Yeah, I'm thinking about it because motherhood, and I'm not trying to deter nobody from becoming a mother or being a mother, whatever, but motherhood is a 24/7 gig for 18 to 25 years, nonstop. Let that sink in. Motherhood is a 24/7 gig for 18 to 25. Now, that was a prison sentence. You would look at it completely different. This is why women choosing not to do it. But men, well, you don't know what I give, or you don't. Yeah, but guess what? If I send my child to the daycare, I don't care what age, hair ain't home, hungry, dirty, they gonna look at the mother. In any instant, whether that child is newborn to 25, hell, even 30, they gonna look at, damn, where your mom at? I can be teaching the same lesson over and over, but they don't get it. But they go out in the world. Well, damn, my mama said that, but I did it anyway. But everybody gonna be like, "What the hell, you ain't listen to your mama? Where your daddy? Daddy, where your daddy comes second." Women ain't with that no more. There's another thing, but yet again, if you do choose or you do become mom, wear that badge because I'm gonna wear mine. Because you're not gonna be able to tell me nothing about my child because I love mine. And they know this. But they also know women go through shit. They're like me, I ain't this kind of no man. Please believe I'm gonna say this over and over and over. I ain't this kind of no man. Like a men go through shit, I know. But this womanhood shit though, we should learn the fact. This womanhood shit. And we gonna talk about it. I'm talking about the real shit though. And then you got to be perfect, and you got to have, and you got to massa. Mm-mm. I'm just not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm gonna be Sherlanda Faye. Whatever Sherlanda Faye gonna be at that day, that we're gonna be. If Sherlanda Faye feel like put on this for that day, that we're gonna be. If Sherlanda Faye, then we're gonna be. I'm not. That's what I'm talking about when I say know yourself, learn yourself. Back about them episode we just did. That's what I'm talking about. As becoming an older woman, you got to get to certain stuff. Now, the episode where women don't want to have children, but I think it bled over into why. And I don't want to do any male bashing, but men ain't stepping up to the plate neither. They're not assisting these women. Why would I choose to be a single mother? Then they say, well, I can do this, I can do this. Financially, it's financially. And I get it. Financially is a lot and it helps a lot. However, it's a more to that. Then financially can't take care of, well, mom, where my dad at? Why he don't never come? Finance can't do that. Well, your dad bought your shoes, he bought you all the baseball stuff you need. But ain't nobody gonna throw the ball with you. So mama got to go out there and do that. Or mama got to put you on the red team or whatever. You see what I'm saying? See, so what a man at? What a real man at? This what I'm talking about. And that's another reason why I'm thinking about you. What a man at? I'm talking about the Lord, you know my cry. Anyway, I'm not talking about what a man at and to come in and do this and do that and pay for this and pay for that, and they just be sitting here looking stupid. They're not unsatisfied. They're not unfit. No, I ain't talking about that. If you get one to do what they supposed to do what they supposed to do, yeah, they go enjoy themselves too. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying where they at least where they at. What a man that say that's my child. Now it was a post I seen where the school said they wanted the father day and the children had no dad, so they asked for volunteer dads to come in, a whole bunch of overload dads to come in. Them the men I'm talking about. Where y'all at? Cause they know what it is to have a daddy, be a daddy, have that representation, have that foundation, have that security, have that protection, have that infrastructure, have that system, have that male energy in your life. And as a female, my daddy exuded all that. And he was a skinny ass man. His pants was a size, I'll never forget, his hands a Levi. And I had to put him up. His pants was a size 29 width, 32 length. And he still had on damn belt. Skinny ass nigga. But I tell you what, Heart, the biggest figure, a man. That was a man. Stronger than, and I don't understand it. But I'm not supposed to understand it. But I know if I needed something, I'm going to my dad. So if something happened to me, I'm going to my dad. If I just want to, hey, how you doing? Call my dad. I do that now with the law. So I had a father. And then I had my sister took me in because we're gonna talk about somebody that was how they had to have that's in that book right now. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying? I had my sister had to take me in, and her husband was a man. That's why I said, what do mean? That acted as my dad. So if I can call my real dad, I can call him their dad. I called that dad. I called that dad. So I had male figures to show me. And then my granddad, as I can remember, he was older, but he could shake your hand and goddamn about to break. I said, God damn, that old that man strong hand. Yeah, I feel that shit not. But what I'm saying is, them are me. What ass at? If I ever do it again, it's gonna be one of them kind. You see what I'm talking about? Mm-mm. I got one son, and that's the only one I'm raising. Okay, well, mom, you want to make sure that's out in there. I got one son, and that's the only one I'm raising. Okay, just want to make sure they got in there. You see what I'm saying? Where the men? And this is why women don't want to have children. They don't want to do it by themselves. They tired of saying the same thing over and over and over. So get what? We just ain't gonna do it. So that's why I gotta get my website back up because my daughter on here. We gotta get my website back up because I got some technical difficulty in my website. But then why we gonna start going? We I see women group now. They going on vacation. You know why they doing that? Cause they tired of these damn folk playing. And we going on. We ain't gonna just not go on vacation because you acting a damn fool as a man. We gonna go with our homegirl. Uh, womanhood shit. That's what we doing. We're not gonna let the quality of our life diminish because a nigga ain't doing what the fuck a nigga supposed to do. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna diminish our lives anymore because you ain't dealing with your insecurities. So we got to. No, we're not doing that shit anymore. We're gonna give you time. We're gonna pull back, give you time, and we're gonna enjoy some shit and deal with our shit. Because some stuff women need to deal with now. We gonna talk about it because it's womanhood shit. But as you know, I try to keep my episodes down to about 20, 25-ish. So we're gonna, because as you know, again, all the highlighted topics that on the titles are issues that we're gonna dive in some more deeper, and I'm gonna have guests coming on. But this is my intro season, so I just wanted it to be me. But now, when we get in some of those other wellness issues, we're gonna have guys. Okay, so this one, and I think this is gonna be my last one for season 1, and then we're gonna get into season 2, and we're gonna talk about some more shit because this is womanhood shit with Sherlanda Faye. And please know to strive so we can go live.